When you think of Jaden Smith, you might picture the adorable young boy who shot to fame with the blockbuster film The Karate Kid. Through it all, he's never failed to march to the beat of his own idiosyncratic drummer. As he grows older and increasingly steps out from under the shadow of his famous parents, the truth about Jaden Smith is tumbling out. Today, he's often recognized for his eccentric personality and occasionally controversial remarks. But do you know the terrible secret of Jaden Smith? Get cozy as we unveil it for you. Before we dive into that, let's take a moment to look back at Jaden's impressive career for those who might be discovering him for the first time. Jaden Smith is truly a multifaceted artist, actor, singer, dancer, and stylist, all rolled into one. He stepped into the spotlight at just 4 years old, making his film debut in 2002 with Men in Black 2, where his dad, Will Smith, starred in a leading role. A year later, he appeared in the TV series All of Us. But it was in 2006 that Jaden really captured the public's attention with his standout performance in The Pursuit of Happiness, earning the award for Best Performance at the MTV Movie Awards, showcasing his remarkable talent. Jaden didn't stop there. He starred in the sci-fi film The Day the Earth Stood Still in 2008 and landed his first leading role alongside Jackie Chan in the iconic Karate Kid in 2010. The film was a massive hit, reportedly earning him $3 million by the age of 12. However, Jaden's career took an unexpected turn when he starred with his father in After Earth in 2013. Unfortunately, the film was met with harsh criticism. At the Razzie Awards, held the night before the Oscars, Jaden and Will received 3 awards: Worst Lead Actor, Worst Supporting Actor, and Worst Duo. Jaden even became the youngest actor ever to win a Razzie. Despite this setback, he continued to pursue acting, bouncing back in 2016 with the TV series The Get Down. He returned to the big screen in 2018 with Skate Kitchen, though it didn't achieve the same level of success. In addition to his acting career, Jaden Smith has had a passion for singing and rapping since he was young. Opinions about his music are quite mixed. His debut album, Sire, released in 2017, was well-crafted and featured innovative melodies, but his second album, Iris, which came out in 2019, didn't achieve the same level of success. Critics noted that Jaden's vocal style had changed significantly, making it hard for listeners to recognize his voice from track to track. Despite the mixed reviews, Jaden, now 22, has a dedicated fan base that continues to support him. In April 2019, he electrified the Coachella stage with a performance of his hit Icon, featuring a special guest appearance from his dad, Will Smith. Jaden's talents extend beyond music and film. He even launched his own business, creating a mineral water company called Just Water, which is environmentally friendly. As a passionate advocate for the environment, he's also shown his altruistic side by distributing free water to a community affected by lead contamination. Additionally, he provides vegan meals to the homeless in Los Angeles. When it comes to fame, Smith has an understandably unique experience because he's been a celebrity since he was in diapers. "People were following me around when I was in a stroller," he told Mr. Porter. "Before I could speak, I could feel the presence of people I didn't know who were interested in me." Through it all, he's never failed to march to the beat of his own idiosyncratic drummer. As he grows older and increasingly steps out from under the shadow of his famous parents, the truth about Jaden Smith is tumbling out. Jaden Smith was embarrassed by PDA from dad Will Smith. Parents, whether they mean to or not, often have a way of doing things that can embarrass their kids. For Jaden Smith, who has been walking the red carpet with his parents since he was a toddler, that awkwardness often comes from his dad, Will Smith, kissing him on the lips. As Jaden shared, while it might have been cute when he was younger, it became a lot more uncomfortable during his teenage years. "I'm usually surrounded by people I'm comfortable with, so it's tough to feel embarrassed when I'm just with family and friends. But when my dad tries to kiss me on the lips in public, that's pretty awkward," he said in a 2013 interview with Cambio. He recalled a time in Korea during a press conference when his dad leaned in for a kiss. And then there was that moment on Ellen when he tried to kiss me, and I almost flipped the couch over. That was a fun experience, he laughed. Jaden emphasized that he doesn't have a problem with showing affection toward his dad. He just prefers it to happen in private. I appreciate the love, he said, but there's definitely a time and a place for that kind of thing. The failure of their film, After Earth, created a serious rift with his dad. Speaking of After Earth, the 2013 film featured Jaden Smith alongside his father, Will Smith. Unfortunately, their hopes for the movie to kick off a blockbuster trilogy were dashed when it failed to perform at the box office and received harsh reviews. In his 2021 memoir, Will, the actor opened up about how deeply the film's failure affected him, especially since it was a project that involved the entire family. His wife, Jada Pinkett-Smith, was a producer on the film. After Earth was an abysmal box office and critical failure, he wrote in an excerpt published in People. Will noted that Jaden faced most of the backlash, explaining, "What was worse was that Jaden took the hit. Fans and the press were absolutely vicious. They said and printed things about Jaden that I refused to repeat. Jaden had faithfully done everything that I'd instructed him to do, and I had coached him into the worst public mauling he'd ever experienced." When Jaden later considered the idea of becoming an emancipated minor, Will believed it was a reaction to the harsh criticism from After Earth. "At 15 years old, when Jaden asked about being an emancipated minor, my heart shattered," he recalled. Though Jaden ultimately decided against it, Will reflected on the painful feeling of hurting his child. He's got some seriously esoteric interests. When Jaden Smith is asked about his reading habits, he often mentions books that aren't exactly bestsellers. For instance, in an interview with Time, he named Edgar Cayce as his favorite philosopher. Cayce was a self-proclaimed psychic and faith healer who claimed to have visited the lost city of Atlantis in his dreams. "He started the New Age movement and made a lot of predictions," Jaden explained. "You should definitely check him out." In a chat with T Magazine, he opened up even more about his reading list, saying, "The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life," and ancient texts, things that can't be predated, referring to a 2-volume work focused on sacred geometry. In another interview with Vulture, Jaden shared insights into his personal philosophy, which intriguingly includes a fascination with math, though not the kind most people think of. "I believe there's a special equation for everything, but I don't think our current mathematics have evolved enough to grasp it. I think there's a whole new mathematics we'd have to learn to understand that equation," he explained. "It's beyond traditional math. It's more like multi-dimensional mathematics, if you can wrap your head around that." Spoiler alert, most people can't. Jaden Smith isn't a big believer in the education system. Before attending the New Village Leadership Academy, a private school founded by his parents, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett-Smith, Jaden Smith was homeschooled. However, he made his feelings about traditional education pretty clear when he tweeted, "School is the tool to brainwash the youth," and later added, "If everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society." The New Village Leadership Academy eventually closed its doors in 2013. The Smith kids' homeschooling took a unique approach. "My sister and I started this initiative called Mystery School, which goes back to ancient Egypt and Greece, like with Plato and Pythagoras," Jaden explained in an interview with GQ. "Students in those times had mystery schools where they learned sacred knowledge. They studied the math and sciences of their era, built cities and shared that knowledge with others, while keeping a lot of it to themselves." For Jaden, education is an ongoing journey that shouldn't be limited to the classroom. "Here's the deal. School isn't authentic because it has an end," he said in his conversation with T Magazine. "It's not true or real. Our learning never stops. The school we go to every single morning is just the beginning. We will continue to learn." He built a replica of the Giza Pyramid in his backyard. Jaden Smith is a hands-on creator who loves making things himself, from clothing to furniture. The clothes I'm wearing right now, I made them myself. I built my own bed and my closet. Actually, I built 2 closets and 4 beds, he shared in an interview with GQ. He even mentioned, I built a pyramid. Wait, what? It's at my parents' house, he said, admitting that he hadn't quite finished the whole project. It's half a pyramid. The tip is missing, but the structure itself is built and stands at 12.5 feet tall. He revealed that his goal was to create an exact-scale replica of the Great Pyramid at Giza. I wanted to have a missing tip too because I copied the exact 57.1 degrees of the Giza Pyramid, Jaden explained. As for why he decided to build a pyramid in his parents' backyard, he explained that it was part of the mystery school he studied in with his sister, Willow, as they explored different mathematical concepts. So while I'm studying trigonometry, I'm also building pyramids, he told ID magazine. I'm planning to build 3 more that I'll live in, sleep in, and spend all my time in. He sees fame as a social experiment. Alongside their exploration of sacred geometry and backyard pyramids, Jaden Smith and his sister Willow see their creative work in music, acting, and other fields as a form of research. Willow and I are scientists, he explained. For us, everything is a scientific experiment on humanity. Fortunately, we're in a position to influence large groups of people at once. In fact, Jaden revealed that the earlier interview he and Willow did with T magazine, where they discussed prana energy and claimed they could manipulate the flow of time, was intended to see how their words would resonate with others. That experiment went really well, he noted. We observed how people reacted, and it turned out they responded exactly as we had predicted. So, should people take Jaden's more unconventional statements with a grain of salt? According to him, that's probably a good idea. It's fun, bro, he said, reflecting on his experimentation with his celebrity and how others perceive it. A lot of people don't realize it's so much fun. It's the best thing. He dressed like Batman for the Kim Yu wedding. Jaden Smith has always stood out for his unique fashion sense, but things took a quirky turn when he started appearing at events dressed in an all-white version of Batman's crime-fighting suit. He first donned the outfit at the wedding of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, where Kourtney Kardashian even posted a photo with Bat Jaden on Instagram. The following year, he wore the same costume to a high school prom. I wore the Batman suit to enhance my experience at both the wedding and the prom, which was fun. But at the wedding, I felt like I needed to protect everyone there. So I thought I should wear the right gear, he explained, likely keeping a straight face. He even brought the costume back for a music video for a rap single fittingly titled Batman. As Jaden shared, the clothes he chooses reflect his feelings on any given day, which sometimes includes a desire to fight crime in Gotham City. I'm just expressing how I feel inside, which changes all the time, he said. I like wearing flowing clothes so I can feel like a superhero without having to put on a full superhero costume every day. His mom introduced him to psychedelic drugs. Jaden Smith recently opened up about his introduction to psychedelic drugs, revealing that it was his mother, Jada Pinkett-Smith, who played a pivotal role in guiding their family toward these experiences. Speaking at the Psychedelic Science Conference, he shared, I think it was my mom who was really the first one to make that step for the family. It was just her for a really long time, and then eventually it just trickled down, evolving until everyone found their own way into it. Reflecting on his first psychedelic trip, Jaden described a profound encounter with nature that forever changed his perspective. I felt like I was fully connected with nature, specifically with one tree, he recalled. It was an indescribable experience, almost as if I was communicating with the tree itself. This connection to the natural world opened his eyes to a deeper understanding of life and existence. Jaden believes that his experiences with psychedelics have equipped him with valuable tools for navigating conflicts within his family. These experiences can really help us open our minds and break free from the old ways of thinking that often lead to arguments, he explained. They create space for us to work through our issues, allowing us to massage them out until they're completely resolved. His insights reflect a belief in the transformative potential of psychedelics, not just for personal growth, but for healing and improving relationships as well. He reads and writes poetry, a lot. Jaden Smith is a true embodiment of the 21st century Renaissance man, seamlessly blending a diverse range of pursuits from rap music and fashion design to even building pyramids in his backyard. He further solidified this multifaceted identity when he opened up about his passion for poetry, revealing that it plays a significant role in his creative life as both a reader and a writer. In an interview with Tim Westwood TV, he enthusiastically shared, "I probably read 3, 4, 5 poems a day, and I probably write one a day." His literary tastes lean toward the classics, drawing inspiration from renowned poets such as Edgar Allan Poe and William Shakespeare. When asked if he could share one of his poems, Jaden momentarily struggled to recall one. After a brief pause, a few lines from his work began to flow. "Have I spoken too soon? Broken your heart and took your love as a token," he recited. "Oh, can I please apologize, swallow pride before I traumatize our childhood? Should we have just stayed friends until our day's end? Because instead of her being undressed, we would have been upset and loveless. But your pretty eyes and our gritty minds make silly vibes." Jaden Smith refuses to be categorized as human. Jaden Smith has always defied easy categorization, a fact that extends beyond his diverse interests and artistic endeavors to his very identity. In a 2018 tweet, he boldly stated, "I am not a human and I don't speak English," a declaration that sparked curiosity and confusion among fans and followers alike. When given the chance to elaborate during an interview with HuffPost, his explanation only deepened the mystery. "That's true," he affirmed, "because I'm not going to be categorized as a human. Oh, humans are supposed to do this, or act like this, or people are supposed to act like this, or people are supposed to be this. I'm my own thing." While his response might initially seem perplexing, Smith hinted at a more profound meaning behind his words. In a conversation with Dazed, he reflected on his unconventional upbringing as a child of celebrities, explaining how it impacted his ability to connect with peers. "I didn't always get to hang out with normal people when I was young," he shared, alluding to the isolation that came with his rarefied lifestyle. As he grew older, the reality of his unique situation began to weigh heavily on him. He became acutely aware of how different his life was from that of the average child, especially when faced with the reactions of others. "People treat me like I'm not a normal human so much," he said, revealing the internal struggle that arose from this perception. "You start to believe it, like, am I not a normal human?" He takes being called crazy as a compliment. Jaden Smith has turned the art of manipulating the media into a kind of personal hobby, often crafting outrageous tweets and making eccentric statements in interviews just to see how people will react. He embraces this provocative persona, viewing it as an opportunity to challenge societal norms. "People think you're crazy. I feel like it's an honor, actually, for people to think I'm crazy," he said, drawing a bold comparison to the great scientific pioneer Galileo. "Because they thought Galileo was crazy too, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm as revolutionary as Galileo, but I don't think I'm not as revolutionary as Galileo." For Smith, being labeled as crazy is not merely a badge of honor. It's a goal he actively strives to achieve. "I have a goal to be just the most craziest person of all time," he revealed in his conversation with T Magazine. "And when I say craziest, I mean I want to do Olympic-level things. I want to be the most durable person on the planet." Crazy, in Smith's eyes, has evolved into more than just a label. It has become his life's work and most significant pursuit. "My whole life is just dedicated to learning and breaking the craziest records of life," he declared with fervor. "I want to be one of the craziest human beings to ever exist. That's me." He's planned on disappearing from public view since he was 13. If Jaden Smith were to suddenly disappear from the spotlight one day, much like the legendary screen icon Greta Garbo or the once omnipresent fitness guru Richard Simmons, fans can't say they weren't forewarned. In a 2015 interview with GQ, when asked where he envisioned himself in 10 years, Smith replied simply, "Gone." He elaborated, saying that while he might occasionally resurface, it would be in a mysterious manner, perhaps to unveil a top-secret public art installation filled with obscure symbols only recognizable to a select few. They'll see me pop up, but they'll be like, "Where'd you come from?" "No one will know," he explained. "No one will know where I'm at. No one will know who I'm with. No one will know what I'm doing. I've been planning that since I was like 13, his true sexual orientation." While Jaden Smith is open about his passions, he remains an enigma in many respects. People around the world are intrigued by his true sexual orientation, unique behavior, and dietary choices. As someone who identifies as gender fluid, many fans wonder if Jaden is gay, and it's a question that isn't out of place. On November 11th, 2018, during his performance at the Camp Flog Gnaw Carnival Music Festival at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, Jaden casually declared, "I just want to say that Tyler, the creator, is the best friend in the world. I love him so much, and I want to tell you something. Tyler doesn't want me to talk about it, but he's my boyfriend." This statement drew laughter, especially from Tyler, who was in the audience and shook his head in response. Later, during an appearance on Apple Music's Beats One radio, Jaden even playfully confirmed that he was indeed dating Tyler. Since then, speculation about Jaden's sexuality has only intensified, particularly after Tyler tweeted what appeared to be a coming-out message. However, many believe these revelations were simply playful banter between the two stars. Jaden has continued to keep fans guessing. For instance, in January 2020, during the 62nd Grammy Awards, which celebrated Tyler's album Igor, Jaden tweeted, "My boyfriend just won a Grammy." Despite Jaden Smith's numerous comments, it appears that he and Tyler, the creator, are not actually in a romantic relationship. Nevertheless, speculation about Jaden's true sexual orientation continues to swirl. Many people believe he is bisexual, while others argue he is heterosexual, especially considering his history of dating women. At just 14, Jaden reportedly had a brief romance with Kylie Jenner, the stepsister of Kim Kardashian. He later dated supermodel Sarah Snyder for over 2 years. After that, he was linked to actress Odessa Adlon, and in 2020, he had a relationship with model Sabzada. Recently, rumors have surfaced about a possible new girlfriend, Cara Delevingne. This history of relationships has done little to quell speculation, but one thing is clear. Jaden Smith rejects labels and views his sexuality as fluid. He has become an icon for the LGBTQ+ community, not solely because of his sexual orientation, but also due to his unconventional fashion choices. Jaden believes that by wearing skirts and breaking traditional gender norms, he can help shift societal attitudes, making it easier for future generations. He explained, "In 5 years, when a child goes to school in a skirt, he will not be bullied, and other kids won't react negatively. I'm willing to face the backlash today so that my children and future generations can grow up in a world where these things are accepted even if they weren't when I was growing up." In essence, Jaden Smith is using his unique style to raise awareness and promote acceptance. For him, the most important thing is feeling comfortable in his own skin, and his bold fashion choices are a reflection of that belief. In the end, Jaden Smith continues to challenge societal norms with his bold personality and unconventional choices, leaving us all to wonder what lies beneath the surface of this multifaceted artist. So were you surprised by all these revelations about Jaden Smith? What intrigued you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Bye-bye.